seeing this, it's probably Monday or so, and Monday or Tuesday of recording of this after editing and all that stuff. Or who knows, maybe it'll come out today on Sunday. But today's topic, anime and piracy. Well, we all know it runs rampant in the States, but with JRPG King here, it's a little different because he's Canadian. So I don't know how piracy runs in Canada, and this should be a glorious thing to hear. Because Canadians have it a little bit different when it comes to piracy. Can you tell us how piracy is run in Canada? And then I'll get to the States.
I was gonna say I have no acknowledgement of how piracy works in Canada. Sorry.
Well, how
So,
hard is it to get anime service and stuff?
oh, really not that hard. It's really easy because most of the sites are available in Canada.
Oh, they are? Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I was thinking they might have restricted them.
Nope. Well, I'm glad you clarified the question because I'm like, huh? And then you clarified it, and I'm like, okay.
The clarifying the question was because so many countries have different things when it comes to piracies. Like, can you use 123 Anime, Go Anime? Okay, I'm not going to list off all the piracy anime sites that you can use. I'm just going to list off two, um, or any of these other piracy sites. And then most of the time you'll be like, no. Well, then yes, I
I
can
can
use that one.
easily access it.
Yeah, so that's why I asked that because states it's like really wide open to get a hold of most of them. Although the running rampant with the piracy and stuff, which is kind of funny to talk about, is most people pirate anime nowadays anyway, and will buy physical only on certain things because they don't want to buy a subscription of freaking Crunchyroll. Which do I blame you? Look what you did,
Oh, I was gonna
Crunchyroll.
say about that Crunchyroll situation, like you're you're basically stealing legitimate digital copies people bought, and you say you're gonna give them refunds, but I don't
They
believe
never
you.
did.
Yeah.
It's as bad as when Sony got gobbled up what's its face and took away all the movies people bought from the Sony thing, which was what debated the whole argument of whether you should buy digital anime or not, or go buy certain physical media. It created the physical and non-physical argument again.
Well, you know what I'm gonna say, and I think a lot of people are commenting and mimicking the saying. If how did it go? If owning digital isn't fuck, what is it? If ownership isn't damn it, how'd it go again? Fuck, I'm stumbling on it. Um, it if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. There we go.
There we go. That sounds good, about
Yeah.
right. I mean, I have a whole thumb drives full of anime. So I can just plug in my PlayStation or whatever and watch whenever I feel like it.
Really?
Now, I went out of my way to buy Steins Gate physically. I mean, come on, I'm the biggest nerd on that as there is, geek. I've read all the auxiliary works and all the visual novels and all of them when it comes to that, so I'm like the biggest geek on that series. So
And
that's
trust me,
one.
there's more than just the digital libraries being revoked. There's the fact that if you try and watch certain anime while you're subscribed, you get region locked. Why should I
Really?
be region locked? Because I live in a certain country. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, you get region locked from certain animes if you dare dabble into the legal side of anime sites. You're region
Inter-
locked.
Interesting.
Hmm.
First time I've heard of some region lock problems. Oh,
Yeah, certain countries don't show anime because I don't know something with how countries work. I don't know. It's like
Yeah, their legal laws or something like that. So people have to use
some
VPNs to get
stupid
around
legal
them.
ramification, which I don't agree with. Like, if you're paying for something, you should be able to access the anime.
Exactly. If you pay for a whole service of Crunchyroll, you should have access to the entire catalog of Crunchyroll. Or be nice and it not be in the catalog. Don't put it in the catalog and say, can't use it, because that's just being a dick.
And I have to bring this up. When I was watching High School DxD on Funimation, which, by the way, I didn't pay for it. I had a free trial service. They censored the third season of High School DxD, and they put their stupid logo on the breast of all the females, and I'm like, what the actual hell?
Ah,
Funimation.
boy, you should see, what was the one show that I remember doing something like that too. I where they just put giant lines on the it, and it was funny because it looked like something censored from like like way many years ago. Like you had bar, censoring this, censoring that. It's funny. Censoring when they come to the censoring like with is kind of funny to talk about because good God, anime censorship is taken to a whole new level compared to anime censorship on the visual, disturbing you visually.
Yeah, like High School DxD, it wasn't meant to be censored, but because Funimation had it, oh, can't see some jiggle bitties on the
Or
third
nip
season.
nips.
It's stupid, okay? Like, I know for a fact there's actual anime that does have censorship, and it's for comedic purposes. I get that, but if you're advertising to me that there's an anime and it's supposed to be uncensored, shouldn't I be seeing the uncensored?
Technically, I remember watching The Fruit of Griscaya, and that's a sub show. It was completely uncensored on Crunchyroll. But now Crunchyroll and Funimation are the same thing. And,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just me saying. I remember them being, like, always uncensored. First time I heard of certain being, that's an older show being censored.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that Crunchyroll is now charging extra. Yeah, pay it more for less. Sounds good, doesn't it? I feel bad for anybody that's still subscribed to enemy services. It's time to sail the high seas, guys. Okay?
Dude, I've been
Just
sailing the high
watch
seven
anime for
seas
free.
of anime for several years now. I feel no shame in admitting that. I sail the high seas of when someone forces me to watch a movie like Rebel Moon or something. I mean, that's what Internet Archive's for and a few other places.
It's just really not worth your time investing in a subscription for anime. And another thing is they take anime away anyways, so you could be watching an old anime and you'll never see it again. Like when I was on Netflix, I watched a good movie called When Marnie Is There. They never played it again ever
Oh,
since.
God. Netflix is so horrible. It's either Netflix or the other one that's horrible on holding shows hostage for like 6 months until they release them in big bulks while they're airing normally in freaking other countries. So people are reduced to piracy again, looking at because they want to see it because they don't want to waste 6 months for them to stop ransom holding a show. I mean, I remember I think it was Violet Evergarden that did that, and people had to go through other methods to watch it. And yeah, I did the exact same thing because I wasn't gonna wait however many months for them to de-ransomize a show that's already airing. Oh my god, Netflix is the worst when it comes to anime. Netflix is one area that if they get an anime, well, it's gonna be held hostage.
You know what's hilarious? I came across a clickbait title saying that Netflix is gonna outdo Crunchyroll in competition. I'm like that's ever gonna happen.
They get High Dive will outdo them because High Dive or High Dove, I believe it's High Dive, place that had Shadow of Eminence, which is funny is they have a lot more hot-blooded shows, but um, but they're more smaller, but they get all the better
Yeah,
budget
well,
ones.
fortunately, High Dive kind of has its own issues, though,
Oh yeah.
from what I've been looking into it. So,
Oh well, what's the
yeah.
issues there? I don't look into the thing. Looks like I said I plunder. So if their logo appears, I'm not familiar with what they're.
High Dive has the same problem. It has regional issues with anime, again.
Wow. I
Yeah.
hate region locking. It's such an annoying. Even YouTube when region locking, like some of my content cannot appear in certain countries, which actually irritates me. Although
Oh,
there was
trust me,
one
I know
time
about that.
huh?
I know about that.
One of the funniest things I remember was it of region locking when it comes to YouTube. What it did to me that made me just keel over and almost break my chair of laughter is I got region locked everywhere, but well, the places that got region locked were United States and Russia. So everywhere else could
Wow.
see it, but my own country and Russia. Well, Russia is Russia, but my own country wouldn't let me see my video.
Reminds me when I did the. Did you ever see that video where I put myself as Peter Pan and I was Labor October Reborn? Remember that?
I remember that. Did it get
Did you
region
ever come
locked too?
across that video?
I think
Yeah,
I
it got
did.
region locked. It got region locked to certain countries. Oh, it's not available in this country, in this country. Over what? Frickin' Robin Williams doing the Peter Pan thing? Like, how's that make sense?
Don't tell me they region locked you out of your own country. Because
No,
that's what was
they didn't.
hilarious was they region locked me out of my own dang country. I was like, wow.
My
Sensitive.
situation, they didn't region lock out of my country, but it was still stupid anyway.
It is
That they
stupid,
even
but
region locked me.
I understand certain things. AMVs like that I put up for on my channel are so picky because of like the ID or something like they don't want Russia to see it. They don't want this to see it, but they're getting a little less restrictive on that now. They'll either just point blank say full blown blocked or it won't be or it'll show everything. I'd rather you full blown block it so I know not to put up footage not to put up there again.
Yeah, and another problem I want to address with legal sites for anime is they don't have every possible anime out there. Why should I
No,
subscribe to multiple anime sites just to watch a certain anime I want to watch? Like,
that
that
is
doesn't make sense to me.
it's dumb because like say you want to watch High School DxD and you have Crunchyroll. Well, too bad. You gotta subscribe to Funimation to play it. I mean, watch it. Or
Yeah,
I want to
like,
watch Seven Deadly Sins. Too bad. It's on Netflix only.
I don't like this exclusive bullshit. Get rid of it.
I mean, I understand it when it comes to consoles, damn it, but putting multiple locking multiple certain things on certain movies or whatever. Like if you're HBO and you have an HBO only airing movie, I understand that. That's a freaking movie in theaters. The
Hmm.
HBO argument and the NBC, whatever you call them, the different TV companies, when it comes to releasing a movie like, I don't know, let's just say
Yeah, that's
Civil
fine.
War, that's fine. That makes sense because some of those were like Paramount made the movie. Of course, it needs to be
Hmm.
locked to Paramount subscription. It can't be on
Yeah, but
HBO.
anime though?
But anime? They're made by so many different studios, they don't need to be locked to them. They should be available for all services. Like, you shouldn't need to go to High
It's
Dive for Shadow of
bullshit.
Eminence.
It's bullshit.
It's complete bullshit because the what you just brought up, this exclusivity, actually, limits people's ability to see certain anime, which is an actual very damn good problem.
Now, the one thing I will advise everyone to do is if you do watch anime for free, careful what particular site you're using, and please, for the love of God, do not click on the ads. Okay, you'll get a fucking virus so quick on that.
Don't click on the ads, and also have malware, anti-malware, antivirus
Either that or
software.
VPN.
No, I'm going to give you advice when it comes to piracy. So if you download the anime you want to keep, say, and put it on a thumb drive, make sure you first have a few malware and a few other virus detection programs. So once you're done watching the anime, scan your computer real quick, like a quick scan, and then you'll know it's safe, and then download the whole fucking show.
Now, for you, when you download your anime, do some of them have viruses? Say, if somebody else wanted to download it from you.
No, not necessarily. It's just the site. You know what I mean? You know how all sites have bugs on them. I'm just saying, if you're going to get into the plundering scene, everybody, make sure after you get done watching whatever you're watching, scan your computer to be
Oh,
safe.
I was just curious. I was just curious.
Because I'd hate for someone to have like a $7,000 computer and it be completely ruined because
Yeah.
you were plundering and you didn't realize, oh shit, I need to scan the moment I'm done.
You know what's funny with the console? At least for PS4, the PS4 web browser actually has an encryption, so it's impossible to get a virus on
Yeah, that's one of the better things of a console compared to a PC is the OS, the operating systems, are hard to get viruses on.
there. Yeah,
I
whatever OS the PS4 used, it's great.
So to tell the truth, that's one thing that made consoles a little bit superior than a PC. They were harder to get a virus on. Like you really, really had to try to get a virus on a freaking console. While on a PC, it's fickle because you could go somewhere completely safe and then, bam, you're hit with a virus because some troll wanted to do it.
I think some anime sites you watch for free are safe and don't have any sort of viruses, but I think those are kind of. Oh, I kind of wish they'd be a little bit more common. That's my problem with that situation.
Well, most of the viruses come from the ads, like you just said, because an
Yeah.
ad will pop up and that could contain it, and then you gotta get rid of it real quick. You know, the one advert or Pyrus ad that can go burn in holy fire that ever came, whoever created this advert to this day can still burn in holy fire, is the one that says, police are on your house, going to your house in 20 minutes.
You got a virus like that? Damn.
No, it's like one of those virus warning things, and they would be like, the police are on your way to the house in 20 minutes or whatever. You are suspected of piracy. And I'm just like, what the? And it's an advert, but it's a troll virus type ad, you know. So, but it still is one of the most scariest ones you could ever get. It's
Oh,
your computer is being tracked now. Police are on your way for suspected of piracy.
you know, I'm kind of glad people are finally understanding that you really can't argue legality and morality anymore because if we don't really own our digital purchases, what's wrong with getting stuff for free?
To quote just politics, just real quick when it comes to digital owning, you will own nothing and you will be happy. I had to say it.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry. I had to say it. Because
That's
it's true.
exactly what you're talking about.
And I'm only going to say that on that subject because it really does kind of feel just like that little saying they say, like, you technically don't own the anime you buy digitally. You're more renting it. It says you own it, but you're more like renting it out.
That kind of sounds familiar to our games when we buy digital. We
Oh
don't
yeah, what
really
happens
own
when
our
the game goes
games.
unlisted? Or they delist the game and you paid $60 for it and they delist the game?
Thankfully, it hasn't happened yet on Sony's side, and I hope it stays that way. Because
God,
I'm gonna be
Marvel's.
pissed if I find something uh, that I bought that's an indie game and it somehow is forced off my digital. I will be pissed and I will rant until the day I die if that ever happens.
Well, Steam does the delisting thing like crazy. A little bit more than the consoles do. Now, I'm not going to sit here and rag on Steam because I do like computer PC games, but I'm just saying when it comes to delisting stuff, yeah, I own about like 5 games that are now delisted.
You know what's the greatest PC site? Good old games.
Oh
You
yeah,
keep your games. Yeah, check out Good Old Games because you actually own your games. Nobody can take that away from
they give you the key and everything for it.
you. Yep. People need to talk about that more. Like, why are people on Steam all the time? Like, no one wants to mention how good old games is.
Oh, that's a whole other discussion I could save for one other time. But when it comes to, I'm just comparing the delisting of anime to the delisting of games because they're both annoying. Because they do delist anime just like you did with that. And when they did the buyout, so many people lost their stuff that it was so
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Yeah, apparently, piracy is up to 80% for anime. I came across that video. I'm like, oh, I wonder why.
I wonder why, even though it hurts the Japanese, uh, it's actually more funny because more people pirate overseas and because of all these subscription bases than they do in Japan. So piracy is more rampant out of Japan than it is in Japan.
Look, all they need to do is just give us our value for our money. That's it. And then they'll get more profit. It's that fucking simple. Like, I don't understand why they don't get that. And they want to say, oh, pirating is bad, guys. Don't do it. And it's like, okay, then why are you taking away stuff I digitally bought? Like, I'm not saying I bought anything digitally for anime, thank God. But I'm saying for anybody that's been affected that legally did buy anime, like, you fucked them over. You screwed them over.
Which is why most anime enthusiasts own most of their real physical copies. Or are super picky, like they'll buy certain series physical, and then they'll have it all like, on a flash drive. Raise my
Some
hand. I'm
physical
guilty of
anime, but
that.
I'm not gonna have
I'm
too
guilty of
many
that.
physical anime because
I
I
own
just
a
don't have the
few.
space.
I own a few that I really wanted be on my shelf for flexing rights, and then I put all the
Yeah,
rest
that's
on thumb drive.
You must have a shit ton of anime on your thumb drive.
Oh, my thumb drive, I've got several gigabytes full of anime.
Nice.
And the funny great thing about that is I know people that don't have access to the way and don't know how to get it, so I would sell them thumb drives and be like, here, I could buy a thumb drive super cheap at some place that would just sell thumb drives full of anime. Make a side hustle. Because thank you piracy sites that let me do that.
Yeah, we gotta be Luffy from One Piece. We gotta start sailing on the seas. Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to One Piece. I did like it. I am enjoying it. So,
Try
and
not to
apparently
binge
they
it because
finished the
you'll burn
Wano arc.
yourself out. There's over 1,000 episodes of the show.
Yeah, apparently they just caught up with the Wano arc with English dub, and now we're heading to the final saga. So, eventually, I gotta go back and watch it because they finished the Wano arc. Just what I wanted to see in English dub. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, but I've seen so many great anime, sailing the high seas, and I don't regret it. I don't regret a single thing.
Nope. I'd recommend, if you
Jeez.
have time, Fate Zero.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Fate Zero.
I think I gave you a couple of lists to watch on your time off. If you need a list to watch, let me know. Cause
Oh, I already scribbled it on my notepad. I'm good.
I can't wait to see your summer break when you come back and you tell us how good the Wano arc was.
Yeah, you know what? I'll look for summer and I'll watch the Wano arc. Why not? Might as
No, I'm
well.
just saying if you watch it, I figured you were going to watch it during your summer break, along with all the other shows that people have recommended to you. Because if you caught up that far up to One Piece, then it shouldn't be that long of a watch.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did binge watch One Piece a crap ton last year, and I made it all the way to Wano arc within 1 month.
Oh my God, King, how did you do that? That's like literally, that would be every day if I got off. Oh my God. You are a savage for somehow making it through that in a month, that many One Piece episodes. Props to you. I don't know how I couldn't do that.
Yeah, but by the way, I didn't stay like 24/7 watching the episodes. But let's just say I was up until at least like 2 a.m., 4 a.m. Not often, but I still did enough though. So that's
Yeah,
what I
when you
was
get
able to do within a month.
that's still freaking completely savage because of how much freaking content there is on One Piece.
Yeah, but believe it or not, Kyo, I can burn through an anime really quick. I actually finished Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds already.
It's cards on motorcycles. Okay, just to give ratings, which Yu-Gi-Ohs have you seen and which ones were the best that you saw?
Original Yu-Gi-Oh! Still the best. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Of the
GX,
newer ones, after the original, which one has been the best
Yu
so far?
5Ds, story-wise good. Motorcycles is stupid. Okay? Wish they would have done away with that. Yu-Gi-Oh! XL, I had no problem with it. Was a little bit cringy at the beginning, but if you get over it being a little cringy, it's great. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Let's just say when they go the synchro dimension, it just falls flat on its face. And I don't like the fact that Yuzu was used as a plot point. I hate that. Like, Yuzu was supposed to be a strong female duelist, and they turned her into a damsel in distress. Shame on you, Konami. Come on, really? I'm glad at least they wrote a Kizagood in 5Ds, because my god. Oh, and Curly was cool. Although, her archetype sucks.
Okay, well, here's one thing about the Yu-Gi-Oh anime that they don't do correctly. Their their cards in real life suck.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna debate that. It's true.
Stardust Dragon. Yeah, Stardust Dragon will not help you against this XD monster.
Actually, funny enough, they didn't show Yusuke in Arc 5. He was missing from it.
Dude, I want to take a laugh at the Act Man. One video, one part of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing, when he had the one card and he just said, "It's unaffected by card effects. Well, I attack you. It can't be destroyed by attack. I use my spell on you. It can't be affected by spells. Okay, well then I use my trap on it. It's unaffected by trap cards. Okay, I'm gonna flip this table and beat you up." I'm like, that is so
Well,
true on modern Yu-Gi-Oh! There are so many cards that have not that broken of ability where you can't do anything to it because it's just. But it is true. You can make a card that badly broken if you do it.
um,
It just takes a
I'm
ton
gonna
of.
say,
It takes a
I'm
ton of
gonna
setup.
say the amount of monsters that are unaffected are not becoming that relevant that much anymore, thankfully.
Thank
So a lot of
gosh. Do you know how
cards, new
sucking?
cards that come out are can be still be targeted or some way negated. So yeah.
Everyone, the one thing reason why I'm playing Dead or Alive here is fan service because anime has tons of fan service shows.
It's gonna say not all fan service is sexualized. Like I'm pretty sure not everybody's watching this fan services to go jerking in a corner.
No.
you know.
Do you have any more on this topic, or are we good so far of the piracy? And as I say, go plunder the seven seas on different sites, everybody. Just be careful if you have a PC on what you use to use malware detection after you're done plundering. You?
Um, it's just time to stop paying for subscription services for anime. You're being ripped off. You're better off just trying to find sites and just sail the high seas. And you don't even have to download the episodes. You could just watch it on a little stream thing for free anyway. So
Oh yeah, you can. I'm just saying download the episodes to literally like if you want to make side hustle money. I'm just suggesting that if you live here, because there's plenty of people that can't afford anime, and you can just go, "Hey, I have all of Evangelion on this thumb drive. Here, let me show you. Would you want to buy it?" No, people, Kiyoma is not suggesting you go plunder and start making a business out of it. I'm just saying it is a thing. If you're low on money in our bad economy, that you can do.
yeah, but I am gonna go and finish the 1 arc, and I'll watch the suggested anime he gave me, which I wrote down on a notepad. And if anybody else has any suggestions, if they ever comment on Kia's video, let us know what animes might pique our interest.
That would be great too, because I could use something good to watch as of late. Because I burnt myself out of anime. I watched so much at one time that different genres, I burnt myself out.
I got a funny anime recommendation for you. Have you watched That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime?
Yes, I have. I watched all the seasons, or most of the seasons
Okay,
that were
good.
available, part one and two. So yeah, I totally, like I said, I binged several genres at one point, and then just burnt myself completely.
Have you ever watched something called Pluto?
What? The
Pluto. Have you heard it?
Fruto?
Pluto.
Pluto?
Yeah.
Uh, no, I don't think I may have. I'm not sure. Depending on what season that's.
If you
Is it?
haven't, give them a watch because it's inspired by Astro Boy.
Oh, I think I saw something that was similar to Astro Boy.
Oh, I have? Oh, okay.
That might have been it. Like I said, I went on a crazy spree. It was around the time I started watching like almost a ton of Gundam anime. Don't do that, anybody. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you want to watch different genres, stick to Yukio. So there's 5 of them. It's not like there's a zillion Gundams where you need a checklist to watch all of them. Don't do that. I would
Okay.
recommend watching all of
Um,
One Piece before you go down the rabbit hole of watching every Gundam. Although I would do recommend, if you want to watch a good ones, people, Iron Blood Orphans, Gundam Seed, and I think it was Wing. I'm trying to remember if those were the correct ones that were good to watch, and they were.
Alright. Ever heard of this anime called Made in Abyss? You seen that one?
Yes, I have.
Ah,
But
darn, you have.
anyway, as our viewers say, got any final closing thoughts for them?
Just remember, don't feel guilty about watching anime for free. Because at the end of the day, these corporations are really trying to monopolize the market. And there's another thing I forgot to mention. I heard that anime creators are being worked at and being disrespected. So there's that situation too. That I don't.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on how the anime industry teaches. Te- ah, what's the word? Treats. They're anime animators. Damn it! I got tongue tied on the word treats. Damn. So yeah. Well, everyone, Matt Revere Kiyoma, JRPG Gaming. As I said before, so I'll leave this link to this description of this channel down below. I hope you have enjoyed this one video on piracy and anime. Maybe we'll do another class some other time. But I think these are the 2 topics we wanted to cover for a while. And I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you check out the Stellar Blade video, because he brings up a lot of good points on the Stellar Blade video that I didn't even know about. So, until then, this is your host, as always, signing out.